All right.
I think one feels most mad in the present day when you try and make sense of what is happening, because it is completely bewildering and absurd, the situations we have, as a species have found ourselves in, but have willingly put ourselves in or been put in. And so I think if you try and make too much sense of this movie, you will feel like you're losing your mind.
Also, like, if you would have a message for all the European citizens, why they should vote, why it's important to vote in the European elections. Thank you very much.
I mean, the statement that the G7 come up with, and it's copy and pasted together, the director's statement that these guys made is as absurd as the G7's summit statement. So, yeah.
And that worked. Yeah.
But, you know, there of course those textures are there, you know, not to be glib, but it's not, you know, it's not trying to be an important film with a message, you know, it's definitely not that. Am I putting words into, oh.
No. It isn't? We thought it was.
Yeah, no, not
it's okay to fail.
Not an important film.
Important?
No, but I did
Utterly
my
unimportant.
thing. My bunny.
That's not important.
No, it's not important. It's not.
What she said, yeah.
Ask Cate Blanchett a question. How did you get introduced to this movie, and what motivated?
So as soon as I knew that the guy had heard of me, of course I wanted to get on the phone, and I'd already made a decision. It's a little bit like a first date. You kind of know whether you're going to creatively sleep together or not, and before the, you know, you just do. And but we had the conversation as a kind of a yeah. And then I read the script. And what I loved about it was that it felt like it was even a departure for them. And so I think it's really exciting when the directors that you're working with, and I've never been directed by a threesome, so that was, it was fascinating. Yeah, what was going on off screen.
It's about that time to mix things up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Threesome.
But it felt like, you know, as a directing triumvirate, they were going in a new, fresh direction, so that we'd all have a chance to depart somewhere collectively. You know, I'm getting too metaphorical for my own good, but yes, that's how it happened.
I just got some news, and you probably know that the next G7 is going to be in
It kind of happened spontaneously. We'd been writing a few other scripts that didn't quite, that were crammed with enough stupid ideas for 20 movies, and we kept throwing them out. But the G7 idea was in there somehow, and it kept on crumpling itself and crawling out of the wastebasket, and insisting on being made as a film. So, and we always loved the idea of the G7. I don't know them from up close. We know them from the same way you do, just from the evening news, seeing them from afar, not hearing what anyone says, just watching world leaders and their spouses greet each other. Regardless of ideology, they're just as friendly with each other, even though one might eventually declare war against another and commit atrocities. They're all just as genial as at the after party last night, and it just struck us as such a strange disconnect with what really is going on in the world, that it just seemed like a perfect blank canvas